Ooh, that's so close. Just got to take a little bit off. Yeah. Beautiful people, good morning YouTube. How you doing? It's an amazing day. Look at this day here. What a beautiful day. There's our insulation cutting compound at the moment. That's the completely waterproof MDF. I think it's called Tricoya. We've had some lovely timber machines to the exact mold that's already here. You can see here. This is going to be the underneath soffit that's not going to be really had hardly any weather on at all. The main fascia that's on the front, that's going to take the main front face. See how beautiful this is. All we're going to do is sand all this up and then coat this. It's a beautiful bit of tapili, and then what we're going to then do is then we can start building up all the fascia. So I'm really looking forward to that because it is such a lovely detail. Our rest of extension, did a bit of brickwork up there, which is pretty cool. Pretty happy with that. My brickwork isn't brilliant. 85 blocks are laid, plus padstone and a couple of thin bits, so I was quite happy for the day. So let's go upstairs and go and have a shifting. So what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be working on this platform here. We've got a Juliet balcony going in here, and what's happening, I've got to build the platform that goes all the way across here and then pull it out with furring strips, and then obviously onto this beautiful soffit detail that we're going to be running all the way across here. Ollie and Mark are working on all of this soffit detail, putting the ply on the side of the dormers. We have decided that the soffit here is going to return into the actual door frame, which is going to look a lot nicer. Pete's just wrapping up and triangulating the roof over there. That's what he's just done over here. Put the extra storage space in that the client wanted. He's now putting the insulation into the areas that need to go in. We can then start obviously taping and getting everything ready, but as ever, it's always a lot of work putting loads of insulation in. Gonna get it all in, all sealed up, and then we can then start then getting plasterboard up and then start getting studs up then ready for first fix. We've got a load of floor joists arriving now, a load of 8x3s, so there she is, C24 8x3, beautiful, really pleased. So what we're going to do is throw the timber over here, get it stuck over there. So here we go. So close. Just got to take a little bit off. Yeah. So guys, what I've done is obviously a lot of padstones. They've always got a slight camber. And what I always do, I always flatten that off, but then I always make sure this bit here is always at front. So you can see, flatten off beautifully, and then I'll put this into the front. Hopefully, that's it, that's the first Stihl in. Now, I don't know whether you know guys, but chains always have tags on them, and then you always have to have your chains checked every year. It's really important that you do that. These are the shorter chains I'm putting on here. Lift one string at a time, lift them up and get them up to that garage over there. Fingers crossed it all goes to plan. One thing I'll do is find the centre of the steel, and I'll wrap the chains round, and then obviously having the lugs is going to be easier. 750. Should be about there. One thing I'm doing is that when I lift this steel, I'm just checking to make sure sure I can actually lift it up nice and comfortably. Got those steels up there today is because they're going to be used to hold the two-story extension up, because obviously stepping in from the boundary line, the biggest thing is having the digger here. It's been able to allow us to get them up there really easily instead of doing this massive handball sort of thing. And really glad we got the big digger here to allow us to do that, so that's the big thing. And a massive big thank you to Pete for giving me a hand. This is the HD lintel I ordered about a week and a half ago. It's a real must because obviously guys coming to measure the back patio, so once we get the lintel in, they can actually come and measure the structural opening and we can get that into production because there's a 6-week lead time on that. So what I've got is I've got the centre of the steel which is coming through here. Obviously this represents the padstone where that's going to go in there like that. Obviously I'll bend it up to the right height, same level. Underneath these joists which are here, which is the same as that padstone over there, so now I know when my steel sits on there, I'll push the padstone up this way a little bit like that. If I look at then the centre of the steel, plumb that through, I'm pretty much on the money with my padstone. The architect has asked from the side of the steel where the wall's going up, he wants a measurement of hopefully about 400mm, so it gives a good clearance, no leaves get stuck in it. Now I've been told by the architect and the client that the lantern from outer to outer upstand needs to be dead on 2 meters, so you wouldn't build your 4x2 at that, you'd actually include your ply. So you can imagine with the 4x2 and then the ply on top, you're looking at 120mm. So the first thing I've done is I've done the 400mm to the marker line, that's where the steel's going to come, 400mm. I've then measured 120mm from that. That gives me 120mm, so that's my first upstand of my lantern. I know that the steel then has to make sure the inner part of the steel has to sit flush with the 4x2 there, doesn't it guys? Because I can't have the steel overhanging there, so it'll look awful. So I then say, right, from the point of the 4x2 here, measure that way 133, because that's what size the steel is, 135, and then I then find the middle of that steel, which is 67mm. So mark 67mm, which is there. So that means my padstone will then come underneath the centre of that. My padstone will then be cut out, and then obviously I've got to the measure then down the 133 to then get my padstone to the right height, which is obviously going to be a little bit taller than this. So if I know that's the datum of the 203 and that's the size of that steel resting on there, the steels that I'm actually then going from this datum point when I get it set in stone, I know I'm actually coming up then a further sort of 70mm, aren't I? So I can easily set that up. So that's me upstand, 120mm. I then know where my steel's then going to come flush on the inner side here. So I'm now going to measure from the outside of the upstand that measurement of 2 meters. So the first measurement I've got now from that outer point to this point here is 760. So 760, then minus then 2 meters, 1 meter, 220mm. So I've made that measurement, that's 760mm. And then from that point there, I've got to then measure then 1 meter, 240mm to the outside of the ply again, guys. So let's just get that measured in. So let's hopefully I can get it all in. 1 meter, 200. Oh, it's tightening. There we go. There it is there. So 1 meter, 240mm. 1240. So now I've marked it there. What I'm going to do, we've got a nice little mark on that. Now I'm going to just plumb that up because that represents the outside of my ply, doesn't it, guys? So that's the outside of the ply. I'm then going to measure back 120mm. So what I can do now, I can do exactly the same on the other side, so I know where to sit those padstones. Because obviously the lantern detail Originally it was going to be on timbers, then we found out the weight, so the engineer then had to then check his calculations because I was a little bit concerned of the triple glazing glass going on top, and it's actually pushed it over originally what the engineer's designed. So he's put a couple of steels in, and then we're going to clad the steel and then put hangers on, and that's what we're doing now. We're going to cut the pockets into the steel, set the padstones up so they're absolutely spot on, getting it ready for the steels. So let's now go over to the other side and mark all that out, okay guys? My petrol saw is actually giving up the ghost, so it needs a bit of TLC repair. What I've got to do, it needs a new cartridge in here because the teeth have all gone on it, and obviously the water feed, we broke it some time ago. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to nip into TCL Tool Fast in Coventry, and I'm going to ask him to repair this and then repair that. But then also the new petrol saw, the 350 or 355, what do you want to call it. Hopefully they'll have a blade, and she said they've got 3 in stock, so I'm just going to take the saw just in case to make sure I don't get it wrong with the bore here. Okay, so what a lovely day, isn't it? The sun is shining, it's been a great day so far. We're really cracking the work out, and you couldn't be happier, to be honest. So we're going to go and pick up a 14-inch petrol saw blade. I'm going to then take my 12-inch petrol saw, get that repaired and get that up and running, so we can keep on using that. So here we go, guys. So guys, talk about timing. My other petrol saw, which is about 3 years old, it's just suddenly gone down. I've had to drop it in to get it then repaired, and then this one arrived yesterday, which is absolutely brilliant. Now I've used loads and loads of different saws. I've used Hasavana, I've used Makita, I've used Hilti, yeah. And I've got to say, I don't think there's a better saw out there than Stihl. Now, I'm not being paid for this, it's my personal choice. Whenever I've used all the other saws, for reliability and everything else, I always keep coming back to the Stihl because they are absolutely brilliant and value for money as well. So definitely, if ever you're in the market for a petrol saw, definitely Stihl. Now, we bought a couple actually. We bought the TS410, which is the 12-inch. And then we also bought a TS420, and that's actually for a 14-inch blade. But when you think what you pay for one of these and the Hilti and the bottom, it's so expensive. And that's why, if somebody said, Tone, what would you buy? I'd go Stihl all day long. I wouldn't buy Hilti, I wouldn't buy anything else. I'd buy Stihl, that's it. You'll have less problems than everything else. So right, we're gonna crack on, let's get going, back to work. See guys, my lovely, nice, shiny new toy. Look at it. But this is what it's all about. Today I've been knocking all of the relevant pockets with the double joist, singular joists. That's just over a metre, so I think it's 25, so it's pushing it. And then I've got the polystone here. I've got to move the padstone up to this level up here now. But I've got that ready now for the padstone tomorrow because the steels are arriving tomorrow. And then the other pockets are all now done. I've bedded that padstone on. That's nice and level with that one. because everything's level with the underneath the joist. That's perfect because I can see a joist on the other side, guys. Just here, look at that, beautiful. So I'm just picking that actually spot on, so I'm really pleased with that. And I've just rebedded a load of blues over there because I wanted to run the course in level. So, and then once I get these joists in, these steels in, I can then brick everything back up again, get the steels in there, and then I can then start to do the rest of the platform. Two-story extension, as well as then the lantern and the rest of the actual roof. So what we're going to do now is get them up there and then start to get them in place. Oh my God, he's on the minute, Tom. On the minute. So,
come on, let's bring it
get our parallel now, and then we can mark around it. The only thing we've got to do is just check its level. Oh my God, it's absolutely perfect, mate. Doing here, guys, we've been setting up all the steels, getting this ready for the two-story part of the extension. We've got that set nice and parallel to the existing. We've got this set now nice and parallel this way and this way. We're going on to the padstones and underneath the toes. Absolutely beautiful. So it's gone really well. We've got that ceiling over there. We've got one more steel to get in, and then we can start cracking on getting the steel cladded. Then start getting in the actual ceiling joists and floor joists. So let's crack on up there.
Give me some right on, chip his notepad. Okay, 11, 8, 5, and then a 3 metre.
Is that pretty good, mate? Should be.
Yeah, it's within a couple of mil. I'll probably just, like I said, I'll probably just knock 5 mil off the 3, quarter inch off the 3 metres.
Yeah, don't want to be fighting them. Don't want to be fighting them, mate. What we're going to do now, guys, is that we're going to test out the floor joists. We know that these two steels running across here are the cavity wall, and the measurement of the shower trays is going to be 1500. So we've got a lot of elements board, so we want, and also dab. So the first measurement from the side of this steel here to this point where the stud work is going to be is 1550, I think. So we're going to mark 25 mil for the band, 12 mil for the elements board, and then we've got 1500 shower tray. We then got 12 mil, that's the board, which is there, and then that means that's where the stud's going to come. Now obviously where the stud's going to come, I want to make sure I put a double hanger in it, but a joist in. So if that's going to be the 100 mil back, or 96, there it is there. That's a single 4x2, which obviously string it up here, and then I can put myself then a joist then, 72-75s. That's the side of the hanger there, and that's the other part of the hanger there, which is lovely. So that's going to be where my first hanger is going to go. So I'm just going to nail that up. Hey you beautiful people, another beautiful day. So if you enjoy the video, make sure you like, comment and subscribe and hit that notification bell so every time we upload a video you'll be notified. So have an awesome week. See you soon guys on the next vlog.